Hey everyone, it is Alex Kuhn here, the founder of the Vault team, working with impact-driven leaders just like yourself, helping you build cultures of clarity, connection, and conviction. And look, I know that you've got an amazing, rewarding, and sustainable business inside of you there. I know that you're working night and day and weeks and weekends to make it happen. And I also know you've probably taken the time to actually sit down and do what all of us, when we have a purpose and passion that we're working on, we sit down and we write our mission statements, and we sit down and we write our purpose statements, and we sit down and write our core values. And we do this whether it's just with ourselves or with our close team there. And we're doing this because we want to not only feel inspired, but we want to understand what that message looks like to us, what means the most to us there. And so we write this down, and then what do we do next, right? We put it into our marketing, we put it into our products, and we share it with the world on our social media with the goal of inspiring others. And then all of a sudden we hear the worst sound in the world. And that sound is silence. You see, we were put on the earth, just you and I. We were put here to make a difference. You and I, we are vaulters. We are impact-driven leaders. You and I are put here to make a difference. And yet, even though sometimes we believe in what we do so much, what hurts the worst is when no one's listening. When we feel like we're putting our heart and soul and blood and sweat and tears out there, and yet we don't hear anything back. And yet we've been told many times, and we've heard this, that, listen, write a mission statement. We've heard to put our values out there. We've been told this again and again and again, all the while spending hours and hours on something that doesn't move our business forward, doesn't move our movement forward. And we got to change that. It's time to change that. And honestly, it's not your fault. The reality is it is not your fault there. Here's the reason why. For more often than not, missions and purpose and values mean something to us. But what are the purposes, missions, and values of the people we're speaking at? Once we have that dichotomy and understand how to put it together, that's when we're able to take movement. That's when we start to see that momentum start to shift in our business. And right now, I want to show you the 4 things that you need to be doing right now, the 4 questions you need to be answering for both yourself and for others that is going to help you take that next step and take that next level in your business. And I want to show you that right now. All right, I'm so thrilled that we're about to go through this training. And listen, I'm going to give you just a little bit of basically the key point that I want you to take away from this. And that is this, is that for a vision to actually grow our business, we have to understand how you and the people we want to help, how does that work together? And there's 4 very specific things, 2 on our side and 2 on their side. These are things that we've got to know. We've got to know as deep to the core of each question as we possibly can. Once we understand each one of these, once we understand ourselves better, once we understand our client or our prospective clients better, we can then create a vision that is going to grow our vision. So what's the first thing we need to know? The very first thing that we actually need to know is we need to have clarity about our business. We have to have clarity about what mechanism we're using to execute. What are we actually trying to solve? What do we love solving? What is it that makes us feel alive? Once we have that understanding, the next thing is we have to understand the identity of our client. Think about this. I mean, I was at one of our Vaulters Unite events, and if you haven't been to one of the Vaulters Unite events, you got to check them out. We have them every 3 months there. They are usually 1 to 2 days of amazing training that you're going to find of true value, and believe me, you're just around some of the most compassionate, amazing, hardworking, driven, impact-driven leaders you're going to ever meet there. And so one of the things that I notice is that every client that comes into us, yes, we are there to help their business, but often they don't identify themselves that way. Often we have mothers, fathers, husbands, wives. Yes, they are business owners. Yes, they see themselves as leaders. But more often than not, our clients have different identities and other identities that are as much, if not more, important to them. When we have our clarity in terms of who we are as a business, what our organization is all about, whether if it's just you or if it's you and your team, we got to have a clear picture of what that looks like. We also have to understand how they see themselves. You see, one of the things that any business has to really truly understand is that we got to look at people that we want to work with as people first, clients second. When we understand their identity, we can then move on to actually building that like, trust, and knowability with each and every one of them with all of our messaging. So once we have these two pieces, next, we need to know our genius. We need to know what makes you different. We need to know what makes you distinct. We need to know what you, with work and dedication, and almost even an obsession, what you can be the best in the world at. What is it right now that with hard work and dedication and working on it and developing this skill, just like an athlete, right? If you're a basketball player, you're going to be constantly working on the dribble. You're going to be constantly working on your three-pointer. You're going to be constantly working on your foul shot, right? Because that's what you want to be the best at the world at. You right now, or your team, what is that genius that you need to be constantly working on? That's instead of being a jack of all trades, that we can develop mastery. And once you understand what you want to develop mastery in, we can then understand what is their motivation. You know, what problem do they want to have solved? What are their goals? What are their dreams? What are they writing down in their journal? What are they thinking about before they go to sleep? Does that sound familiar to you, right? I mean, most of us here, right, before we go to sleep, we're thinking about, well, what can I do to build my business better, right? What can I do to hit that next level? What can I do to, and you know, that's the surface level. But deeper down, how can I provide my family a better life? How can I have the freedom to do more of the things I want to do? How can I have more time and more financial security so that I feel that I don't have to be pushed by working for that next paycheck and feeling like I'm actually doing something that fits with who I am? Our clients have that same motivation. Our clients have that same thought pattern. They have those dreams, those internal desires that sometimes they don't even share it with everyone. But if we can truly get to that, if we can truly get to understand their story and where they want to go and what's holding them back right now, we can then understand how to connect our genius. We can then understand who they are. We can then understand our clarity. And we can put this all together. And when we're able to do that, we can create a vision of integrating all these pieces into one. You see, if your vision only speaks to you, it's only going to be heard by you. If your vision is only spoken to your client, they are the only ones that's going to hear it, and not us. Listen, you know, there's a lot of people that just are willing to and able to focus on just, listen, whatever my client wants is what they get. But I think you and I know that being impact-driven leaders, we got to feel connected with what we're doing as well. So yes, could we give sacrifice and just focus on what they want and grow a faster business? That's probably true. It's probably true. But to build a sustainable business, one that you love showing up to each and every day when you're working, one that you can build into something that fits your lifestyle, we have to have something that connects us and our clients. That is not only just the compromise, that is how we create a vision that grows our business to where not only you want to grow, but where they want to go as well. When building a culture of clarity, connection, and conviction, it always starts with one's vision. If your vision doesn't happen to connect you, your team, and your external clients, there's no opportunity to understand what the foundation of your message is, what's the foundation of your marketing, what's the foundation of your sales. And listen, I know you've got something big inside of you there, and I want to make sure I help you there. I do have a question for you there. Do you know right now what the vision of your culture looks like? Is it a vision that not only just connects with you, but it connects with your client, it connects with your team? Are you feeling like your team right now is maybe not as motivated as one? Are you not, all your marketing efforts seem to be a lot of spinning, but no movement? And listen, I want to serve you on this mission as you're working. I want to serve your purpose there. So what I've done is listen, I'm not the guy who's going to give you a resource and a guide and just something that's just generic for everybody. I want to give something that's specific and customized to you. So below you'll see what we call the Legacy Amplifier. And the Legacy Amplifier is for those people who want to know about their culture right now, who want to build a culture that's actually going to grow their mission, grow their movements, serve their purpose, and understand exactly what they're doing right now, where they are, where they want to go, and more importantly, how do we solve this? How do we actually get you from where you are today to where you want to go? And it's going to be specific for you. It's not just another guide or resource that's just for everybody. This is specifically going to be questions that are going to be answered for you, because I want to make sure I'm helping you, because I just am truly, truly honored to be working with all of you. Each and every one of you. The time that you've taken to watch this video is time you could have been doing something else, and I'm going to always want to make sure I bring my best to you. So with that, I just want to thank you for being a leader of impact, because it's people like you that are going to make a difference tomorrow for everybody else. I'll talk to you soon.